and hand you down to pitchside OFC TV's Peter McDowell.
Thank you, George. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome. This is the Premier League wrap-up show. Week 16. Liverpool are on top of the table. Helped by Villa. Been Villa. I know we've won our games, but because Villa beat Man City and Arsenal back-to-back, which I predicted on my show. I predicted it a week ago. You can go back and watch all my videos that I've done a week ago. And I predicted Aston Villa to beat Man City. And after Man City lost to Villa, I predicted Villa to beat Arsenal. Villa's got one of the best home records in Premier League history. One of. I got the best home record this season. I think it's something like 17 wins at home. And Villa are on form. A lot of people wrote off Aston Villa. A lot of people I saw on a lot of streams, spaces, videos, recorded videos. There was a lot of people who writ off Aston Villa, which I was not one of them. I was confident that Aston Villa was going to beat Arsenal and Man City. Now, Liverpool, we done our job. We won our games. Some people say we was lucky to win it. Some people say we didn't play good enough. But you know what I say to them? It's about winning. And it's about putting points on the table. That's what it's all about. Sometimes you're not always going to have a 10 out of 10 match. You're not always going to have a 10 out of 10 match in football. Sometimes you're going to play horrendous. But what it boils down to is we have to put points on the table. Very simple. And Liverpool are on top of the table. And I know that hurts a lot of people. Am I saying Liverpool going to win the Premier League? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Liverpool going to win the Premier League. Far off it. Far off it. We have injuries. I said at the beginning of this season, I said we need a left centre-back, possibly a right centre-back and a DM. But I was more or less leaning towards a DM and a left centre-back. Now we have injuries. We have Matip out for the rest of the season. I'm saying we need two centre-backs. We need a left and a right centre-back. This is what we need. We need a left and a right centre-back and a DM. And a DM. If we got those three, if Liverpool address those problems in the January window, then yes, maybe we have a chance of winning the Premier League. But do we have a chance of winning the Premier League the way we are now? No. And if someone's going to come out and tell you, if a Liverpool fan's going to come out and tell you and say, oh yeah, we can win the Premier League with this team that we've got now, without buying anything, without strengthening any positions, then they are, to me, that's their opinion, and I do not agree with it. I do not agree with it. We need two defenders, and I've been calling for this for the beginning of the season, and we need a DM. If we address those issues, then yes, we'll have a chance to win the Premier League. But like I said, the way we are now, we're not going to win the Premier League with the team we got now. We need more people to come in. We need more people to come in. Now, do I think we're going to get top four with the team we got now? Yes. Most definitely that we'll get top four with the team we got now. But top four is different to winning the Premier League. If you want to win the Premier League, then we need the positions I just said. Before Matip got injured, and I said it at the beginning of the season, long before Matip got injured, I said we need a left centre-back and a DM. Now Matip is out, we need a left centre-back, a right centre-back, and a DM. Do I think Liverpool's going to address all those positions? Maybe not. But the bare minimum, we need a left centre-back and now a right centre-back and a DM. But me, I would want two defenders and a defensive midfield. This is what we need to win the Premier League. Now, if we go into the January window and we do not buy and we keep with this team we've got now, and somehow we get Ibra get injured, and then we have to get someone else to come and fill in for Ibra, maybe someone from the youth, and we lose the Premier League, then we're going to start addressing some issues. Definitely, we're going to start addressing some issues. But before we start, I'm going to bring in my co-cues, my partner in crime, Toto Abba. There you go, Toto Hammer. Yeah, I was basically saying, you know, to my monologue, I was basically saying, look, at the beginning of the season, I said at the beginning of the season, and I said it on multiple videos. So people think I'm chatting rubbish. I don't really care what people think anyway, but people do think I'm chatting rubbish. They can go back and watch all my videos. And I said at the beginning of the season, we need a left centre-back and a DM if we want to challenge for the title. But now Matip is out, we need a left centre-back and a right centre-back and a DM. Very simple, really. Very simple. And a lot of people did agree with me that we needed a left centre-back and a DM. But now Matip is out, we need another, and we can't rely on Ibru from now to the end of the season. We can't do it. We can't do it. Ibru, brilliant player. Ibru, excellent player. Brilliant service. A bit clumsy at sometimes, but still a great centre-back. But can we rely on Ibru not to get injured from now to the end of the season? We can't do that. There's no way. So at the beginning of the season, I said we needed a left centre-back. We didn't address it. I said we needed a DM. They didn't address it. Now Matip is out for the rest of the season. We need a right centre-back. We need someone who's going to cover Ibru if Ibru gets injured. And plus, we've got all the European games coming up in the Europa League. I know we don't have to play the Europa League this week. I know we're going to get the kids, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We'll get into that in a minute regarding the Europa Cup. But at the end of the day, a left centre-back and a DM we needed. But now Matip is out, we need a right centre-back as well. So them three positions, if we address those three positions, which I highly doubt it, in January, if we address those three positions, that or bare minimum of one defender and a DM, maybe then we can go for the title. But now, no. This team we got now, with the injuries we got now, are not good enough to win the title, in my opinion. And I'm a Liverpool fan. And it's not being negative, it's being real. This team that we got now is on the verge of collapse because imagine if Ibru gets injured, what we're gonna do then? Say Ibru gets injured. What we're going to do then? Then we're going to be in trouble. And you know, Ibru's injury prone. It's fact. He's injury prone. So if he gets a little niggling injury, who are we going to get to replace Ibru? What then? We're going to have to start bringing one of the midfielders down to be a right centre, but like we did back in the day when we had to get Henderson to come in and cover off and want it to be a defender. We don't want that. How about, we go out and address those issues, those positions, 2 defenders and a DM. Simple. If you want to get one defender, whatever, but get a DM and another defender. This is what we need for this club if we want to push on for a title. Because this team we got now, there's going to be injuries, and to me, this team we got now, we need a rotation. People are going to say Endo. Endo, he's a good player. He's a good player. And people are going to say, oh, what about Alisson in the DM role? No, I do not like Alisson in the DM role. Don't like it. Don't like Alisson as the DM role. We need a DM. And we need 2 defenders. Bare minimum 1 defender. That's the bare minimum. If we don't get a defender, then I don't think we're going to win the Premier League. That's just my opinion, the way I look at it. Now, I'm going to ask you, Toto. Welcome to the show today. This is the wrap-up show because we're doing it now because we ain't doing a show tomorrow. So we're going to do this show tonight. This is week 16. The last game we've just played against the Newcastle one. We'll get into that. We'll address that in a minute. So what do you think of the weekend so far overall, Toto?
Yeah, I think the weekend has really, really benefited us. If you think about it, because Arsenal did lose, and so Villa was of course our advantage to that because they've helped us a long way. They beat City, and now they've beat Arsenal, and it has really, really helped us, man. And we actually pulled through this time. We actually capitalised when other teams loses, because usually when the big teams lose in front of us, every time when a team loses in front of us, we either go for draw or we lose. But we finally capitalised. Like when Liverpool was playing low block all game, no, not Liverpool. It was who was the team again we faced? It was
Who Liverpool played? I would play Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. That's the one. Crystal Palace was playing aggressive. They were playing low block all game. But look, a low block can't be done all game. You know, there is a way.
You want to talk about the Crystal Palace one now, Liverpool? Yeah, talk about that one now. Yeah? Okay then.
Yeah.
I'll put it. Go for it then.
Yeah. So my thoughts on the Liverpool versus Crystal Palace game. Of course, Crystal Palace versus Liverpool because it was at home. But yeah, Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool really played well throughout the whole game. You know, but when it came second half, we brought on subs like Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's a game changer, man. I don't care what people think. Harvey Elliott, every time when he comes on, he is a game changer. Gomez, when he comes on, game changer. You know? So them subs are going to be really, really vital. And let's hope players like Gomez or Elliott don't get injured. You know, after Elliott had that bad injury back in, I think it was 2021 or 2022, he had a really, really bad injury. He was out for, I think, a whole season. But now, or even a couple months, but now Elliott back up to fit. And look, Elliott, he looks like a prodigy, man. He looks like a big star in the future. Comes on, super sub, scores, and wins us the game. You know, and this is what I'm saying. Elliott, another midfielder coming and scoring. It's always on midfielders scoring, you know. Like our striker can't finish. That's what I'm saying. Like players like Diaz can't keep the ball for longer than 5 seconds.
Oh no.
Nunez and Gakpo. Gakpo some games can be good. Gakpo can some games can be bad. Nunez is on and off. He's either finishing well, he's either not finishing well. I want to see how he does in that United game, man. Because we've got United next, yeah. And I want to see how he does. Of course, we got Thursday night, so let's see how he does in Thursday night. But Nunez particularly does good in Thursday night, so I really want to see what he can do against United. You know, but I think if it weren't for Klopp putting on our subs, we wouldn't have won this game. And plus for Alisson and Van Dijk as well. If it weren't for them, we'd have conceded more. Alisson saves. As soon as he comes back after injury, he's balling, man. Straight away.
Listen, at the end of the day, right? This is how I look at it. Right? Liverpool, I said at the beginning of the video, we didn't play the best football. And sometimes you don't always have to play the best football. You want to play the best football, but what's the most important thing in the game? What's the most important thing in the game? Toto.
What?
What's the most important thing in the game? I know people want to look good in the game and they want to do all that.
It's about keeping possession. It's about keeping the ball, keeping possession.
But what's the object of the game? What is the object of the game?
Win it.
Exactly. You can do all the step overs. You can do all that. Look good on the ball, but if it doesn't go in the back of the net, does it mean anything?
I know.
Does it mean anything? And I've got to admit, we played poor. Liverpool played poor. I admit it. But who got the 3 points? We did. And that's all I care about. Sometimes, right, I just want to get the game over the line and get my 3 points. Now, I'm gonna address something you just said about the our strikers. Our strikers are not scoring. Why aren't our strikers scoring? Gakpo's not stepping up. Nunez is not stepping up. Why does it take our midfield to score? Why? And it's been like that. It's been like that for the past couple of games. Why isn't our strikers stepping up and scoring the goals? Now Salah can have a bly. You can have a pass on Salah. Salah's world-class player. Salah's got nothing to prove. This guy's got 200 goals for Liverpool. Very simple. I think he's fourth in the highest list now at Liverpool. So he's got his 200 goals. Klopp said himself, we've been carrying around that 200 t-shirt with 200 on the back for weeks. They've been waiting for Salah to get to 200 because they knew it was going to happen eventually. Yeah. Salah's world class. He's got nothing to prove. But where's Nunez? Where's Gakpo? Where's Diaz?
Yeah.
Why aren't our strikers stepping up? You've got to ask yourself that question. I don't know. A lot of people are not going to address it. People are going to just sit on the fence and say, "Oh, it's all right." But look at our team we played yesterday. Look at our team. Alisson in goals for me, man of the match. Well, I think he was the man of the. I'm not sure if we picked him. Tsimikas. We got Tsimikas in left back. I thought he had an okay game. Virgil van Dijk could have cost us a goal if it wasn't for that Endo. Endo getting dropped. So that to play it back. Took him about 35 minutes to come to that decision. I thought the game was never going to end after that decision. The referee, was looking at the VR decision for about half an hour. I thought he was going to call someone to come on the football pitch to give him a cup of coffee. He was standing there for that long. That was absolutely pathetic. I could have, listen, a guy who doesn't even watch football that often, a casual viewer, could see that was a foul on Endo. Trying to stop the game. Yeah, Dominic Szoboszlai, again, not back to his best, but still playing decent. You had Darwin Núñez, again, missing a shot, which is coming kind of normal now. I'm not crapping on Núñez, I'm just keeping it real. At the end of the day, right, if you like a player, you've still got to let people... Look, this is what gets me mad, right? This is what really gets me angry when I watch Formula One. I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan. I'm a big fan of Lewis Hamilton, but you get some fanboys if he races not good, if he has a crap race, and it's down to him why he's had a crap race, the fans will not address it. They will not ever say anything bad about Lewis Hamilton. They're the fans I don't like. It's the same with Liverpool fans. You get Darwin Núñez fans, Núñez lovers, yeah. But when he plays crap, they will not say that he played crap. Pause. They will not come out and say that you had a horrendous game. They will sit in the fans and say, oh, he played all right, even though the guy's probably missing 10 shots a game. They'll come out and they'll say, oh, no, you know what? He did play okay. No, he never. You have to address it. I am a Liverpool fan before I'm a Darwin Núñez fan. I am a Liverpool fan before I'm a Steven Gerrard fan. One of my favourite players of all time. I am a Liverpool fan before I'm an Alisson fan. The badge comes first. The badge comes first. I'm a Darwin Núñez fan, but if he's not playing good and he's missing shots, open shots, scoring them over the bar, the top bar, I'm going to come out on this channel and say it. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid of Darwin Núñez if he's playing rubbish. It's not going to happen. If he's playing crap, you got to say he's playing crap. Very simple. Pause. Very simple. You must address the problem. Because if you do not address the problem, you're the part of the problem. If you do not address the issue and you just keep saying, he's doing good, I think he's brilliant, I think he's don't matter for how many goals he scored, he's got lightning pace. What's the point of having lightning pace if you can't put in the ball in the back of the net?
Yeah.
What's the point? The object of a striker is to score goals, not to have new hairstyles. Yeah?
Yeah.
Not to look good in your kit. Not to do this on the camera when he starts doing this. I don't care about that. All I care about is putting goals in the back of the net. Very simple. Like I said, I'm a Liverpool fan first before any player on that pitch, and that includes Mo Salah. And that includes anybody. The badge comes first. And all I'm saying is I'm a Darwin Núñez fan, but when he plays crap and he's missing shots, I will come out and address it on this channel. I will not sit on the fence like a majority of Liverpool fans and drink the Kool-Aid of Darwin Núñez. Not going to happen. I'm never going to change. I was like this with Formula One. You know how I stay, Toto. You know how I stay. You know how much I love Lewis Hamilton. You know how much I like Alonso. And you know anytime they had a bad race, I will come out and address it on this channel. You know this. And it's the same with football. I like Dominic Szoboszlai, but he's been horrendous for 4 weeks.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with criticising your players. There's nothing wrong with criticising your players. There's nothing wrong with it. No. We won the game 2-1. We're on top of the table. So we're going to go into the next match in a minute. You got anything left to say, Toto?
I'm going to say that
until we get into the Aston Villa one in a minute.
I think Liverpool will need to start putting in the transfers into January, because I think we are lacking in the defender department. I don't think we're lacking in midfield. I think midfield are all right. But we probably need an out-and-out DM. But we've already got Endo, but we need another out-and-out DM for a backup. And of course, you got our forwards. We've got lots of forwards, but the thing is, the only forward that's scoring is Salah. And the forward before that was Jota. So
Yeah, but the
I
midfielders are scoring goals, by the way. You know that our midfielders are scoring most of the goals. Our midfielders.
Yeah.
So
I know.
those are
I
the
want.
scoremen
Jota,
as
I
well.
want Jota to come back. I really want Jota to come back because Diaz is not cutting it at the moment, man. He's going at the wings, losing the ball. He can't take on defenders anymore. I don't understand. If you think you can't take on a defender, just make the pass instead of trying to go through the defender. The defender wins it, and then they're on the attack. So Diaz is not even doing that. He's just trying to go through the defenders. He knows he can't do it. He's just running. So, you know, we are quite lacking in the attacking department, in my opinion.
So the next one is Aston Villa and Arsenal. Aston Villa won 1-0. Again, predicted this match. I don't know why people are surprised. Aston Villa beat Arsenal, you know. I don't know why people are surprised. I saw so many people online. Then they were saying, Arsenal's going to beat Villa. And I go, you mad? You mad? I see what they've done to Man City. They made Man City look like Bournemouth. They made Man City look like Bournemouth. Go and watch the Aston Villa game. Go and watch it, the full game, not the highlights. Go and watch the full game. Look at the stats of the game. I'm not really a stat man, but I saw that with my eyes. I saw how Villa was taking Man City apart. And even big Man City fans, true Man City fans that are online were saying the same. Villa should have been 4-0 up, by the way. Should have been a 4-0. They took Man City apart. And after I saw that game, I saw a lot of Arsenal fans that was coming out in the channel saying, now we'll beat Villa. I go, you mad? What, are you mad? You crazy?
I know.
And what happened? And then when I saw the score, I saw 1-0, so I knew it anyway. I predicted on my channel last week. Go watch it. Don't sleep on Aston Villa. Now people are beginning to realise how good they are. I knew, right, that Villa were good. I remember when we played Villa, it was early at the season. This is before Villa got into first gear. This is when Villa was a neutral. These were the early years, the beginning of the season. We caught them at the right time. And I think after that game, when we beat them, about 2 games after that, I reckon that's when I started to kick into gear. And I was watching them closely because I knew that these were the guys. You know how Newcastle was good last season? These are going to be how Newcastle was. Villa will get in the Champions League, in my opinion. They will go out and spend. They will go and spend. I've already hinted already. They're going to go out and spend, probably in the midfield area. They even know the midfield is quite strong. Maybe a defender. They're going to go out and spend. And then we're going to see what go on. So, this is the Villa one. So, Villa versus Arsenal. This is the lineup. We've got the cards. So, what do you think of this game? Villa versus Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm really glad that Villa won, man. They have helped us so much, man. And Villa, they are scraping it out. And I hope not to face Villa at Villa Park, you know. I don't want to even face Villa at Anfield, you know.
We played them at Anfield already. We beat them just though. We beat them.
Yeah, but I don't want to face Villa now. Man.
We've got no choice, bro.
I know, but look at their form. And the next time we face them, it's going to be at Villa Park. We've already faced them at Anfield, so it's going to be at Villa Park.
I know.
So, again, them 3 points we need to get from those teams.
Yeah.
If we keep a good form now and we reach Villa, we need to win against Villa. That's what we got to do, man. And
look at the team there. Look, you had look at the Villa team. You had, for me, great captain. You had Martin. You had now I'm just looking at the Villa squad, right? You got Ollie Watkins, Telemans, and as your strikers, because they play a 4-4-1-1. McGinn, captain for Aston Villa. Brilliant captain for Aston Villa. Yeah. Really, really coming into form. People were saying that Harry Maguire got Premier League Player of the Month. I would have gave it to McGinn. I thought McGinn should have got and Manager of the Month should have been Henry. Not the Man United manager. I thought, what? Man United? Why is the Man United manager getting Manager of the Month?
Oh no.
What are you bunning? And I thought to myself, nah, man, it should have been the Villa manager. And I thought McGinn for Villa, the captain, he should have got Player of the Month. But it is what it is. We move on. Douglas Luiz playing brilliantly as always, fitting into the team perfect. Karma. And then you got Bailey on the right wing. And then you got your centre backs, Paul Torres, and you got Diego Carlos. And then you got your keeper, one of your favourite keepers, Toto Martinez for Argentina.
Yeah.
I know you like him. So what did you think of this game overall when you watch it? I know you only watched the highlights. I think I watched them more or less the full game, but what do you think is Villa form now? And what do you fancy their chances going forward?
Yeah, I think Villa's chances. I think if you look at positioning wise, I think they got a really, really good chance of finishing Champions League. I think they do, man. They got the team. They got the strikers for it, definitely. They're so clinical in front of goal. They got the midfield for it. Of course, you got. Well, a big fan is Douglas Luiz, a really good midfielder.
Yeah, badass.
John McGinn as well, really, really good left mid. Diego Carlos, good centre back. Now look, Villa now has got a really, 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 really good chance of finishing top 4, and I think they can do it, man. I think they can finish it. But yeah, chance of going forward for Villa. I think next 5 games. Depends what they got in next 5 games. I think they'll probably win 3 out of 5 of them games, but might as well even win 5 out of 5 because Villa has really got a good team going forward, and I think they got high expectations.
Yeah, I agree. I think I said they're going to be the one where they're the team that where Newcastle was last season. They was like that kind of the informed team, yeah. That's where Villa's going to be this season, I think. I think they got a good manager. So it's a manager, man. I said it. It's a manager. I think the manager got a brilliant good. I think Arsenal should have kept the manager. I thought they'd done him dirty. I thought he was good for Arsenal. They just didn't give him enough time. Got him a cup, I think. Got him runners up of the Europa Cup. They didn't win it, obviously, because they've never won Europe. But this was my. I had faith in Villa to win this game with their home form. I think it's 17 or 18 games now unbeaten at home. That is a phenomenal record. That is one record you can be proud of. One record you can be proud of. So, hold on. So we're going to look at the Newcastle one, shall we?
Yeah, look at the Newcastle.
On to the
God, I think Solo's having a bit of a connection problem, but next game will be the Newcastle one. But even before we get into the Newcastle one, I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I think, are you back, Solo? What happened?
There you go. No, I pressed the wrong button, that's all.
Oh.
Go on. I'll bring it up in a minute.
My thoughts on the Newcastle game. I think the Newcastle game, I just don't know what happens. I thought Newcastle was going to win this game, in Tottenham's really, really bad form. But, Newcastle, I think, again, getting a bit of reality check where they should be. And I thought Newcastle were going to do better, man. I thought they were going to finish. I still think they're going to finish Europa League. But, again, you got teams like Tottenham in there, Liverpool in there, Arsenal in there. You got Villa in there. So it's going to be quite hard for Newcastle to get in that top 7 if they want any sort of Europe. Even if they want conference, so they have to finish 7th. But yeah, let's see how they end up in the Champions League, man. Because getting beaten 4-1 by Spurs, Premier League team, we've got to see how they're doing. Look, anyone can perform different in the Champions League. Anyone can perform different in the Champions League. And Newcastle now is performing quite well in the Champions League. But I think in the league, Newcastle's getting a bit of reality check. Because I don't think they're going to finish top 4. I don't think at this point Newcastle dropped too many points. I know there's a long way to go, but Newcastle has dropped a lot of points. If you think about it, their form has not been too good. I think a good player like Joe Linton is always consistent. Got his goal today. Isak again out the front 3. I think Almiron's not consistent. Isak is consistent. I think Anthony Gordon's a good player. But if you think of Isak, he is not consistent at all. He's a finisher. He can come front to goal, but some games can ghost. He might not even get into that final third. Isak is not consistent. Of course, I think Newcastle defence is really good. And of course, they haven't got Nick Pope. Nick Pope is also injured for Newcastle. They've got their second choice keeper in there, Dubravka. Yeah, if I botched his name. Lick Pope is now injured. So that could be another factor why they conceded that
Yeah.
much. But I thought Newcastle at least going to put up a fight and score more goals. But look, that didn't happen today.
Yeah.
So if you think about position-wise, the way Newcastle are going to finish, I think Newcastle's going to finish in conference. In my opinion, I think they're going to finish 7th. In my opinion, but if there's any position they're going to finish above 7th, it's either 6th or 5th place, Europa League positions, because I don't think they're going to get in top 4 at this rate.
Yeah, so it was shocking. Newcastle was shocking today. They looked really tired. When I watched the game, I actually watched the full game. They looked really tired. Commentators were saying as Gary Neville kept repeating himself over and over again, but it's true. They look really lethargic. They look worn out. And he was talking about the game they had against Everton. It is what it is. But they look worn out. They're not used. Obviously, they're not used to being in Europe. Maybe that's taken a toll on the team playing in Europe. Now all these games are coming up. We got 3 games in 1 week. Maybe all that's because remember Newcastle hasn't been in Europe for years, so all this is not new to him. I'm new to the manager as well. So maybe all that's a factor. But they look really crap today. Spurs could have beat them at least 7-1 today, easy. It could have been a 7-0 bagel. Could have been a bagel. It could have been a 7-0. Could have been a 7-up. And I think Newcastle. I think they're going to buy in January. I think they got a few key areas that they can improve. Me, I love Joe Linton. I wish he played for Liverpool. That's one player that I really love to play for Liverpool, Joe Linton. And I'd like Thingy as well for Spurs. I'd love him to play for. What's his name? The one who scored the 2 goals. What's his name? I'd love him to play for Spurs. Love him to play for Liverpool.
Joe Linton.
Yeah. No, I'd love Joe Linton to play for Liverpool, but I'd love to play. What's his name? The one who scored the 2 goals for Spurs, Richardson, man.
Richarlison.
I'd like Richarlison to play for Liverpool as well. I know. I know you said. That you like. What's his name again? I know you said earlier that Liverpool might need a striker. Would you? Go on.
For striker wise, I think we do need another striker at this point because none of our strikers can actually finish. We don't have we've got a proper out and out number 9, which was Darwin Núñez, but he's not finishing at the moment. So if he's gonna any striker, Richarlison could be one. I would love him at I think another striker we should look at is Dominic Solanke for Bournemouth. He's got 8 goals in the Premier League at the moment. I think he's 4th best top goal scorer. Yeah. He's balling for Bournemouth. Out of all the players, he's probably Bournemouth's best player. Out of all of them, he's balling for Bournemouth season after season. And I think he did used to play for Liverpool before. I wouldn't mind him having him back, because Solanke looks like a really pinnacle striker. And when he's in front of goal, he scores. So Dominic Solanke or Charleston are the strikers that I'm looking at now.
I know.
They are the strikers. They are clinical.
I know. So what you reckon then? I'm doing something here.
Yeah, but I think Liverpool really... I think if you look at Liverpool positions, we need to utilise the DM spot because I know Endo is handling that DM spot. I don't want to see Gravenberch and McAllister at DM anymore because McAllister, I think he's kind of getting used to that DM role, but I don't think he's gonna be there yet, is he? But yeah, I think DM they need to utilise less centre back that can play left back and less centre back. Someone similar to Luke Shaw for Man United.
Yeah.
So they can cover their left back and left centre back. So we really need one of those. But a right back as well. If Trent's going to push it to midfield and we're going to have Gomez there, we need to have a backup right back. So yeah, the signing is going to be really good for Liverpool.
Yeah, so I'm talking about a Spurs game now. So we're gonna get on to the next one. That's gonna be Man U and Bournemouth. Man U and Bournemouth.
So Man U and Bournemouth. My thoughts on this game that Man United is officially got reality check. They got reality. They thought they was back on the title charge. They actually thought they were back on the title charge because they were won 4 out of the last 5 games and they were in good form. But losing 3-0 to Bournemouth, and there's no excuses for a freak result against that Old Trafford, right? This ain't no freak result. It's just simply you're just not good enough. You got beaten 3-0 by Bournemouth. And of course, Bournemouth's got nothing to lose. But come on, it's Bournemouth, man. You should be doing better than that. You're Man United, remember. You're supposed to be doing better than that. But look, I can't believe them fans actually thought they were back on the title charge. They were never, ever on the title charge. Maybe when they was in 6th place, when they were a couple points behind the top. But they were never, ever on a title charge. Right? They got scored up by Bournemouth at Old Trafford. And how Man United they played rubbish. I heard that Maguire and Reguilon did play quite well in that game, but it's due to Man United's whole team, the whole breakdown of the team, that they're just not playing well. And I don't even want to pay for the manager. There's some fans I'm seeing on Twitter now. It's the players. They should get rid of some of the players. They should get rid of some of the big hitters like Rashford and all that. They should get rid of some class players in there, you know, because they clearly don't want to play under Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Players like Rashford, the ones that have been there for ages, they do not want to play under Ten Hag. I think players like Garnacho, Reguilon, I think Maguire probably wants to play under Ten Hag or something like that. But the players that have been there for ages, like Rashford, the heavy hitters like that, they don't want to play under him anymore. So they should get rid of players, someone like Rashford. I think they should get rid of Rashford because Rashford is not balling for Man United at the moment. He's on enough, Rashford is. And that's no good if Man United want to go on a title charge. I'm speaking from a neutral point of view. But if it's from a Liverpool point of view, I'd just say keep Rashford, keep your old team because.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but if from a neutral point of view, Man United do need to get rid of some heavy hitters if they want to challenge for the league.
Gary Neville went on the interview. You know, Gary Neville is yours. Runs his gums, and then the next day he goes back on his word. So you got to take him with a pinch of salt. But he come out and he said that Man United, because he's not the manager, it's the whole structure. He says Glazer should go. So they've got no recruitment system. They've got no, because they put all the sole power to the manager, and that's why they keep making mistake after mistake. They've done it with Louis van Gaal. They've done it with Mourinho when he came in. There's no proper sporting structure, no recruitment system like we have at Liverpool to go and get the players, to just bring in the manager and let the manager have his pick on the players what he wants. They ain't got no proper sporting director to recruit players, no stuff like that. And that's the problem where they keep making a mistake. He said he can see Ten Hag might go. He says, but it's not his fault. He don't believe it's his fault. He believes it's the way Man United are set up. I didn't actually watch this game. I didn't even watch the highlights, to be fair. But yeah, I think Man United are in trouble, and yeah, they should have done better. They're playing against Bournemouth, and most people probably thought even though Man United are in the toilet, most people thought that Man United would have won this game. But fair play to Bournemouth, man. They went to Old Trafford and they got the goals. Goal by Solanke, the goals by Sensei, and who was the other 2 goals are by Pilling, and it was Pilling. He got 2. Pilling got 2. And he scored in the 58th and 68th minute. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, Solanke, he scored in the 5th minute. So after 5 minutes he scored. And Sinia scored in the 73rd minute. But you're gonna give the congratulations to Bournemouth. They come off the last against us, and then they come to Old Trafford and stuck 3 goals up United. And that's you know what I mean? For Bournemouth, I don't think Bournemouth have never actually won at Old Trafford, to my knowledge. I think that was a record of just, first time to ever beat at Old Trafford, and that was Bournemouth. Bournemouth, first time to beat him, Man United. So, he's what it is, man. Am I Ten Hag in? Yeah, of course I am. Ten Hag should stay there as long as he wants. One of them, isn't it? So, we're gonna go through the other matches. I'm not gonna bring up on the screen. We're gonna go through the other matches from week 16, and then we'll go and we'll talk about the ones coming up. So these are the results there. So we're looking at them. There you go. So we've got Crystal Palace 2, Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 1-1 against Burnley. Man United, we just talked about 3-0 to Bournemouth. Man United versus Bournemouth. So Man United 0, Bournemouth 3. Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United beat Brentford, man. Never saw that coming. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0. Wolves 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 0. And then Sunday's game today, Everton 2-0 against Chelsea. Fulham 5-0 against West Ham. 5-0. Fulham beat West Ham. 5-0. Think about that, 5-0 to beat West Ham. Luton 1, Man City 2. I heard that Luton were holding them. I didn't watch his game either. Let's talk about this game. What do you think of this game? You watched it, did you watch highlights? I'm not sure if you watched the highlights. So what did you think of this game? You said that Luton was winning 1-0 for a lot of the game. Yeah,
basically, I was just watching the live football tracker, and I was just watching like the live scores coming up, and the 45th minute Luton did score. And they kept the lead for 30 minutes. They kept the lead for more than 30 minutes of the game, going into the second half. And I thought Luton was going to scrape out a 1-0 because, of course, Luton's playing low block. You don't just score 1-0 then keep it for ages without playing a low block. Yeah, Luton were definitely playing low block and probably got City on a counter attack. So again, City's quality, of course, got through the defense. But if this was City last season, they would have scored way more. This is gonna be that would have been a goal fest for City. But again, I know a win is a win, but you got to look at the team's point of view and saying, is a team the same as last season? Is it the same? Because I think Grealish and who else scored? Grealish and Bernardo Silva scored.
Grealish scored in the 65th minute. Bernardo Silva scored in the 67th minute. So Bernardo Silva scored first, then Grealish. Yeah,
so of course City got through their low block, but Luton I think did play well. They managed to get 2-1 out of City. I know it's still a last end of the day, right? They're last, but at least it weren't a goal fest. At least it weren't an embarrassment. At least they fighted. That's what Luton is doing all season. They're fighting. Yeah. And Luton is going up to Luton's ground. I've got to admit, they play a good low block. They really, really do play a good low block. They played good against this game, but again, they didn't really come through, did they? But it was a good game.
Fair enough. So that's it then. That's the Premier League. I think we missed that on one game. Let me just go through it. We missed that. What was the last game? Oh yeah, Tottenham. We talked about that. Tottenham and Newcastle 4-1 to Tottenham. So week 17, we're going to be heading off now. It's going to be Nottingham Forest. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. That'll be on a Friday. That'll be kicking it off. And then on Saturday, the 16th of December, it's going to be Bournemouth versus Luton at 3 o'clock. These are the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Bournemouth versus Luton, 3 o'clock. Chelsea versus Sheffield United, Man City versus Crystal Palace, Newcastle versus Fulham, Burnley versus Everton. And on Sunday, Arsenal versus Brighton, Brentford versus Aston Villa, West Ham versus Wolves, and the big one at 4:30, Liverpool versus Man United. I do not want to see zero. I do not want to see zero main Liverpool players starting on Thursday night. Klopp's already hinted he's not going to do that anyway. He's going to play the kids. So I don't want to see no main stars on Thursday night football with Liverpool. I want the Liverpool team now, the main team, the first team, to have 1 week rest. They got 1 week off now. 1 week of rest. No football. Just go and play the kids. Go and play the kids. Simple. If you want to play Alisson, I think he might play Alisson, because Alisson only just come back and he was off for a couple of weeks. I think he might play Alisson. Apart from that, don't play anyone. I don't want to see Salah. I don't want to see Nunes. I don't want to see none of them. I do not want to see Salah even sitting on the bench. They should be at home resting, because when that Man United game comes, I want to see multiple goals, multiple. So that's the end of the review, man. Thanks, Toto, for the week 19 or week 16 wrap-up show.
Yeah,
We'll be
man.
back Tuesday. If whoever's watching it, smack the like button. I know the big channels are on now, so you can go and watch them as well. But you always can pop in and hit the like button. It's free. Just your finger, mate. Do that. What you do? Like the video on your phone. Very simple. So we're gonna be heading off. Anything to say, Todd, before we head off?
Say, yeah, big. I got 6 likes. And again, if you watch it on the replay,
Look at
just
you.
hit
I
the like.
only got 3.
Yeah, but look, hit the likes.
By the way, people, it was on Total Hammers channel. We're doing a double stream. Come on to mine, Solo P1, and hit the like. I got 3 likes. Get it to 6 likes.
Man, yeah, man. So look, if you replay, hit the like 4 more times till I hit 10, and then hit the likes. I think, yeah, 7 more times on Solo channel to reach that 10 mark on his. So make sure you hit that like button. Big up to my social, Twitter at TotalHammer44, and yeah, subscribe to my YouTube. That's all I got to say.
That's it, man. Before we go, we'll get this banner up. There we go. Where is it gone? There you go. There we go. Smash the like button on Solo P1 channel, which is mine. It's a double stream, as always. We stream on both. And also, though, check out our other channel, which is streaming at the similar time. You can smash the like button. Very important. Thank you. Very important, guys. Gonna heading off now. Big up to everyone. Much love. See you later, guys. Let's hit the trailer. And where is the trailer? There you go. See you later, guys.